Sometimes you might make the stupid mistake of leaving your phone behind while recording a time-lapse, and you'll probably never see your phone or the result again. Only in a very special place could you find your phone again, exactly where you left it, and also find that someone has had a laugh at your expense by recording a video demanding a ransom for its return.
Volere il tuo telefono? Boga 1200 euro, lasci sotto in via di Susi.
And that place is the Gardena Valley, located in the heart of the Dolomite Alps, and today's video on our channel is all about it. Let us show you. Welcome travelers from around the world. Today we're in an amazing place, the Gardena Valley. It's a very famous ski resort, but today we won't be skiing. We will see 3 wonderful villages and tell you what you can do in the South Tyrol. The Dolomites are a beautiful mountain range in northern Italy. The sharp rocky peaks and the lakes and alpine villages at the foot of the mountain are a captivating sight. One of the most attractive valleys, the Gardena, stretches from the Selva Pass to Ponte Gardena and is a paradise for lovers of mountain sports, culture, and good food. It is home to about 20,000 people and is surrounded by beautiful mountains like Sassolungo. Our route through the Alps brought us to the region from Switzerland and specifically to one of its most famous villages, Ortisei. It's been snowing all morning, but of course that didn't stop us. One of the most exciting things to do in this area is to visit the Christmas markets, which begin in early December and attract a lot of the tourists. If you've ever been to a German or Austrian Christmas market, you can imagine the delightful atmosphere. All the smells, chocolate, mulled wine, all in all, it's a great experience. Local hotels set up kiosks here every year, each one with a little sign with the name of the hotel on it. They put them up for Christmas and sell very nice things and advertise themselves that way. Look over there. I don't know if you can see the mountains, but it's been snowing heavily today, so I think a lot of people are walking through the Christmas markets instead of skiing. By the way, this is Cavallino Blanco. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right, but it's also one of the most famous hotels in the area, and it's considered one of the best family hotels in the world. Have you ever seen hotels that don't allow children? Well, here, it's the opposite. Only families with children under 18 are allowed, and everything here is centered around taking care of children, and it's just amazing. For example, there are gondolas that connect to the hotel over a little bridge. There's a train that runs around the hotel reception area. It's very, very expensive, and it's mostly designed for families who come here to spend the summer. The history of Ortisei, or St. Ulrich in German, dates back to Roman times, when the Romans paved an important trade route through this region. It was in the Middle Ages, however, that the village began to flourish. In the 13th century, Ortisei became an important center for timber production thanks to the dense forest surrounding the area. In the following centuries, the village experienced economic and cultural growth, as evidenced by its beautiful churches and buildings. In the 19th century, Ortisei became a popular mountain tourist destination. There are some interesting peculiarities to this region, and another thing you can do here is learn languages. In the north of Trento and in the southeast of Bolzano, besides Italian, they also speak German. But the most commonly used language among the locals is Ladine, which I'm guessing you've not heard of. Ladine, not to be confused with Ladino or Judeo-Spanish, is a Romance language derived from Latin. It's spoken by about 40 to 50,000 people in total, so I really want to find someone who speaks it so you can listen to it, because it is a very unusual and not like other languages.
Per esempio, come si dice mi chiamo, y siamo este una terra fantastica.
Hier e minu a mi Marlis, hier steht lo a Ortisei, bel da cac so nasciuta, i tlo son stan ganz bel da mesa I Kraps, I coinaivel, calipo ganz bel.
Oh, wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Why do you need the sun when you have this? We've taken the funicular from Ortisei with stunning views up here to the lost world of Seiser Alm. Many people come here not only to ski, but also to walk because the views from here are incredibly beautiful. Let's take a look. I want to show you this little valley. You just have to see it. A lot of people have summer homes here. We're lucky because it's not snowing here as much and there's this amazing fog. You should definitely come up here to see all this beauty. When we first saw the mountains of Seiser Alm, the views took our breath away. Located between 1,700 and 2,400 meters above sea level, this is the largest alpine meadow in Europe. The views from its many trails are magnificent because it is surrounded by some of the most beautiful mountains in the Dolomite Alps, such as Sassolungo and Catinaccio. Time for a short break. All these bars, restaurants, hotels in the mountains are incredible. Look at the view from here. Too bad it's a little obscured by the fog and clouds, but it's still very beautiful. It's time for some mulled wine. How's it going, buddy? It's all right. And here's my new friend. How are you doing? Aren't you beautiful? Look at the lamb's eyes bulging. He must be afraid of us. Wow. So are you girls hanging out? Can I come closer to you? How are you doing? Look at that beard. And she's so small, just tiny. Mini goat, but very cute. They say Dalmatians are a little crazy. Tell them that's not true, right? Right? Well, maybe it's a little bit true. The Gardena Valley isn't just about Ortisei and its privileged access to Seiser Alm. If you explore the surrounding area for a few kilometers east of the valley, you'll find some real treasures. If you're driving from Ortisei in the direction of Santa Cristina, you'll come across a small village called San Giacomo, or St. Jacob, which is St. James. Along the way, we've decided to make a little stop here and climb up the mountain because it's home to the oldest church in the valley. Finally, we're almost there. It wasn't easy, but I think it was worth it because they say the views are good. Well, here's the church itself. I finally made it. To tell you the truth, I had a hard time with the climb, but it was worth the effort to see this church and this little valley below it. The Church of Santiago is interesting because it dates back to the 12th century, which makes it the oldest church in the valley, although much of the structure is Gothic. So there is some debate about that, and many people say it was built later, and it's also claimed that the original building might have been damaged by a fire. Legend has it that a young man named Giacomo, hey, what a coincidence, went on a pilgrimage to Santiago, and there he was accused of a crime he didn't commit. Then, the Count of Galicia acquitted him, and in gratitude, Giacomo built a church in his homeland dedicated to Santiago, and it became an obligatory stop for hikers passing through the Gardena Valley. This gives us a good perspective of the Gardena Valley. Right now we are in Santa Cristina. We started our route in Ortisei, then we went up to Seiser Alm, that alpine meadow. Here you can see Mount Langkofel, which the weather didn't allow us to see, and a little later we'll also go to Selva. Santa Cristina is mostly known for being in a small valley that is surrounded by very gentle mountains, in contrast to the steeper slopes of other towns, and it's very nice and pleasant. Santa Cristina is about 4 kilometers southeast of Ortisei and 2 kilometers from San Giacomo. Located at the foot of the beautiful Mount Pana, this village has a privileged setting that attracts many skiers and hikers. Santa Cristina has its origins in Roman times, and in the Middle Ages, it became an important agricultural and handicraft center whose residents engage in agriculture and in the production of wool, leather goods, embroidery, and textiles. These traditional crafts are still alive in the region to this day. We are in the last village we wanted to visit here, Selva di Gardena. It's one of the largest villages here. Both Selva and Santa Cristina have about 2,000 residents, and it's one of the main entrances to the Sella Pass, so there are a lot of cyclists and skiers. Over there, there's a chairlift that takes people up. It's amazing how these small villages, isolated for centuries, have changed so paradoxically since World War II. The war took a large number of locals who died on the front, but at the same time, it brought railroads and connected these villages to the rest of the world, and because of their natural beauty, tourism began to grow here. Today, these are very wealthy villages. The most famous building in Selva di Gardena is the Church of Santa Maria Assunta, which throughout its history has been rebuilt several times, but it is said that its origins date back to the 13th century. Today, it is one of the most important religious centers in the valley and one of the most visited attractions in the Dolomite Alps. One of the most common traditions of the Gardena Valley is carpentry. Wood is used not only for making children's toys and decorative elements for homes, but also for architectural details, facades, as well as churches, as can be seen here in the Church of Santa Maria Assunta. After visiting these beautiful villages and one of the most beautiful valleys in Italy, we're heading back to Switzerland. And next week, we'll tell you all about it. We will drive through Interlaken and Zermatt. If you don't want to miss the new video, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell. And if you've enjoyed this video, give us a like. Thank you very much and see you soon, world travelers.